me brew. Best one of the day. Actually, this is my first cup of tea, or mug of tea, of the day. Because I had to get up banging early this morning to try and get here. But I ended up getting into into Dartmoor for around about 2 o'clock. So it was quite a decent drive really. It was no real problems, only around Manchester. Manchester was like gridlocked. But it wasn't a bad drive down at all really. It took me about 5 hours, I think, 5.5 hours. This is just I'll have a little bimble around and have a little look. I think the wind's dropped a little. It's forecast gusts of 30, steady 20 for the next 12 hours at least. But being up on top of a tor, it might be a bit stronger. Ooh, I like it up here. It is. I like it. It's very. A cairn, if I'm right, is a Bronze Age burial mound, isn't it? So I'm assuming that cairn over there and that cairn there are burial mounds, which is a first for me because I've never been on, never camped next to a Bronze Age burial mound before. Oh man, this brew is absolutely beautiful. I'm just looking down there. I can see my car from up here. It's only like where I've got my car parked, it's only like up the hill. But I tell you what, 4 months ago, I wouldn't have been able to get up here. So this is the fitness that camping has brought me. You know, don't get me wrong, I didn't run up here. It took a bit of effort, but I did it. Onwards and upwards. All the time I'm getting up big ones like this, I'll be able to get up bigger ones. Hopefully. Yeah. Kind of ironically, the pegs, honest to God, it's the best ground I've ever had for putting pegs in, you know, when you're putting your tent up. Lovely, lovely. Not real hard, but not real soft. Just right, you know, when you're putting a peg in, you can put it in with your hands with a good push. And it goes in and you know it's holding strong. You know it's in there and it's going to hold strong. And so yeah, I'm well impressed. I was a little bit worried, thinking, oh god, it's rocky ground, it'll be hard trying to find decent places to peg the tent down. Nah, absolutely cracking. Just I'm not seeing what's on this side. Oh aye, the prevailing winds are either coming this direction, that way, or they go the other way generally. And so there's two sides to where you can camp on Ripon Tor. If the wind had been coming up from where I'm camped, then this would have been the side to camp, and you'd have had that view. You'd have had that view. But looking, I don't think I would have been able to use me Keb Dome 2. I think my Keb Dome 2, there's too many lumps and bumps on that side. And I wanted to bring my Keb Dome 2 on this one, with it being, you know, on top of a tor, and the forecast has been, you know, relatively windy, you know. Mind you saying that. Oh, hang on a minute. Oh, put that down. I don't know whether it's because I'm well protected. When I went round that corner, it's cold, the wind, very cold, icy cold. But here, I think this would have been the perfect spot. But I would have had to use me Abisco Light 1. But plenty of little places to put a single person tent. You usually get a single person tent. One there, down there. Sorry, you can see down there, that'd be great. Yeah, but I think for a two-person tent, we see, I've not even looked over there yet, but there are places over there where you can get a two-person tent. No, it's good up here. This is going to be a 2-day camping thing. I'm not going to spend 2 days up here. So 1 day's up here. Tomorrow I'll be going to another space in Dartmoor, and that one's a bit harder to get to. So it's going to take, I chose this one first because after the long drive I didn't want to have to hike miles and miles to get to my pitch, to get to my space. So I thought this one would be ideal for me first, and then in the morning, bit of breakfast, pack up, and we'll drive down to the next space. The next space is like 3 miles from parking, 2 to 3 miles from parking. Obviously it's up another tor, so I've got a funny feeling it's going to be quite demanding tomorrow for me, but I'm up for the job. So this video will be split into 2. It won't be all in one video. Ripon Tor is going to be one video, and then where I'm going tomorrow, that'll be a separate video. I tell you what, this is well worth the effort, you know. Well worth the effort. Over there, there's the sea. You can see on the horizon. all along there. I don't know how well you can see it on the GoPro. Oh, I'm gonna get in, it's chilly. Oh, oops. I'm spilling my tea. Pretty cold. Oh. Oh. Whew. I'll just hold it for the time being. I just wanted to show you around the place a little bit before it gets dark. Oh, I was a bit cheeky and I put the tent up a little bit earlier than I should have done, really. There haven't been many other people. There was one person walking the dog just on the other side of the Tor, and then just as I got it, I don't know whether the camera caught it, but there was looked like a father and son running it. Yeah, there was obviously training for running the Tors. I think there's a competition, isn't there, an annual competition where the people run a circuit of Tors. But yeah, I like it up here. The views are just absolutely spot on. Oh, anyway, I'm going to finish up my brew, and I'll see you when I'm making my tea. Tea time. Yes, tea time. So, what are we having for tea tonight, Greg? Well, I'm having a little treat. Yep, I'm having I've done so well, like over 3 weeks on my keto. So this weekend, I'm having a bit of a break. So I'm having an Aldi ready-made chicken Rogan Josh with pillow rice. And what I can do, what I always do, 2 curries to 1 rice. I don't use both rice, not tonight anyway. So let's get this show on the road. Oh. Because I was feeling the cold a little bit last time, I didn't think I brought my my base layers, but when I came up the Tor, I wasn't wearing them, and no, Angela noticed I was wearing my jeans, so I've got changed. Yes, so now I have 2 base layers on and me fleece lined hiking pants. and I'm feeling much more warmer. What are you shivering for, Greg? Just get your base layers on and your hiking pants. Yeah, I thought walking up this tor, well, it did make me sweat a bit, and I didn't want me base layers to get damp. I wanted to be able to put them on dry, feel the benefit, and so that's all I wore. I had my synthetic base layer as a top and my jeans, and that's all I had, and this fleece when I was hiking up and setting up the tent. So that's why I was starting to feel a bit of the cold. Right, move them in there. I always heat up the curry first, and then once it's nice and hot, I put in the rice, just for a couple of minutes. This was something that I learned about the Keb Dome too. When you check the guy lines, you should always do it with the door zipped up, because when you tighten the lines, which they'll always need to, when you tighten the lines, when it comes to zipping up your front door, you can't, because it's too tight. So everything's got to be zipped up, and then you go around, check your guy lines, and then you'll be able to, once you're back in your tent, you'll be able to zip it up again. And I learnt that on one of my previous camps. There's little things that you pick up as you go along, you know. We don't start off with a complete A to Z encyclopedia on camping and wild camping, do we? You just kind of, you research as much as you can, you get what you're able to buy, and then you just kind of go from there. And as long as you don't make huge mistakes like that one I did on the top of that hill, and with a snowstorm. Oof, that was a huge mistake. I really believe this tent would have stood up to it though, but there would have been nowhere for me to pitch this tent, and the ground was more rocky. So yeah, when I've had my tea, I'll zip it all up, go around, check all my guy lines, and then I'll get in. Oh, right. Let's get some. Yes, I'm going to enjoy this. I've not had a curry for about 3-4 weeks now. this is my little treat. And when I get back home, straight back on keto. I weighed myself just before I came out yesterday, and when I first started camping I was 17 stone, just touching 17 stone, and I weighed 14.4 stone. 14.4, so I think that's under 14 and a half, isn't it? So I've dropped a couple of stone and a bit. So it's just keeping on. Right. Not then over there. Oh, right. Get my gums into this. Oh, that's lovely. That's the only thing with eating al fresco, well, it's just the start of spring, in it really. It's not fully spring. Is your meal cools down extremely quick. This is cold now. And it was nice and hot when I first started. I'll see you in a bit when I put my sleep system together. Just going to go around, check my guy lines. So it's just need tightening up a little bit. That'll kind of reduce a lot of that flapping as well. Nearly lost my hat then. Ooh. Oh. I was going to say I sound like an old man, but I am an old man. See, Rick, you sound like an old man. Hi guys. I've cleaned up all the pots and put them away, and everything's tidy. As you can see, I've got my sleep system out and done. On the bottom, I've just got that thin 4mm closed cell foam mat at the bottom, and I use that really just as an additional protector to my air pad. The air pad that I'm using is the Thermarest Neo Air, and that's got an R value of around about 7.4, I think it is. So which should protect me from the cold up to about minus 5 to minus 10, I think, from what I understand. So yeah, that's going to do just the job tonight. So I'm protected from the cold coming from the ground. This is me Alton goose down sleeping bag. The goose down rating's 850. I've camped in temperatures up to about -4, -5 in this one, and I was snug as a bug in a rug with it. So that's going to protect me from cold air, you know. So I'm protected from the ground and I'm protected from the air. I've just loft this, so I'm just trying to get some loft in. When I say good night to you, I'm getting straight into this. Straight into it. And then I'm going to watch some well, I don't know. I say I'm going to watch a bit of Netflix, but then I say sometimes I'll watch a bit of YouTube, because I am getting a little bit of a signal up here. So I'll see how I feel once I get inside. And that's it really. I don't think I'll be drinking anything else tonight, unless I end up waking up in the middle of the night and I can't sleep. Then I'll probably make myself a brew or something then. But I think it's I think that tightening the guy lines, I think that's kind of helped, because although there is a little bit of a wind, a little bit of a breeze, the tent's coping really well. It's not flapping as much as it was before we tightened the guy lines up. So unless anything happens during the night, I'll see you in the morning when I make my brew. And so all being well, I'll see you in the morning.
Morning guys. Well, the wind has definitely got up. Giving the old tent a good shake down. I've just checked the weather forecast for Dartmoor for the rest of the day, and it's not looking good at all. Wind is currently 7 miles per hour with the west-southwest. Today we'll see speeds of 6 to 12 with gusts up to 25. Them gusts are bigger than 25, and I think from where I was yesterday, the wind has shifted. Sounds as if it's coming onto this side, so it's actually gone. But then tomorrow it's saying 6 to 21 miles per hour, gusts up to 35. I think, but when you're on the high ground, I think it's going to be a little bit, obviously it's going to be higher, isn't it? The wind has shifted, so I'm not getting the protection from the cairn that I was previously when I set it up. I slept all right. I think it's about time I got that kettle on, innit? The reason why I'm quiet is because I'm just wondering whether it's safe to do part 2 of the Dartmoor adventure, because where I was going to go, a place called Sandy Hole, a good couple of miles away from the car, so there's no easy bail out. So I'm just wondering, but I'll give it some more thought while I'm making my pot of tea. Okay, see you in a bit. Got me brew. Well, not nice out there at all. Claggy as hell. I'll just give you a little look. Yeah. And this is just about what's been forecast for the rest of the day. So part of me is thinking, do I want to go on a 2 to 3 mile walk into the heart of the Dartmoors, maybe struggle to find a decent pitch sheltered from the wind, and then just be stuck in the tent for the next 24 hours. Don't sound like much fun to me, does it you? So I think I'm erring on the side of caution, and I'll take my glasses off. I'm erring on the side of caution. I'm just thinking of going home, you know, not doing part 2. Oh, but that's the beauty of this tent, it does stand up well to wind. But I'm not in the mood for another endurance adventure. If the wind had been a bit less and maybe a little bit less claggy, might have. I wasn't planning on doing a big breakfast this morning. I just bought one of those little instant porridge, but I've still got some Jaffa cakes left from last night, so I might just have them with my cup of tea. I think I'll give the inside of the tent a little wipe down before I pack up with this. And so at least I know the inside the tent's dry as can be. But it's pointless me wiping down the tent because of the clag out there. And by the time I wiped it down, it'll be wet again. So I think I'm just going to have to kind of pack it up a bit damp and then air it out when I get back home. At least I haven't got far to walk this morning. Oh, the nice Jaffa cakes in the morning. Yeah, the wind has definitely done 180. And that's the problem, innit? If the wind is so variable in terms of its direction, even if you do get a decent pitch behind some shelter, you know, especially on the moors, it's liable maybe to change. Well, I'm going to have this cup of tea, munch them Jaffa cakes. I've already started packing away. I've already got my mat, air mat and my sleeping bag already packed. And yeah, so I'll have my cup of tea, them Jaffa cakes, and then start getting properly decamped. And I don't know whether I'll be able to film it because of the wind, and it's not the steadiest of stands that I've got, but I'll see if I can. And if not, the next time you see me, I'll be just as I'm about to leave. See you in a bit. As you can see, everything's been everything's been put away. That wind is quite strong. Yeah, everything's tidy. Just a little mark of where the camp was, but as you can see, I've left no trace apart from that little mark in the grass.
it was good to get out again. I haven't been out for a week or two, so it was nice to get out in the fresh air again. I missed, you know what I missed though? I missed the birds, the bird song in the forest. Because yeah, although I was fortunate to get the views when I got up here yesterday, the views were magnificent. After that, when it's weather like this, you just hunkered in. And it's not that exciting, hunkered in against the weather and the elements. It's alright for a little while, but then it gets a bit boring. So yeah, I missed that today. I missed the bird song. And and other aspects of nature. But it was a good, it challenged me getting up the Tor, which is good because it'll make me fitter. You know what don't kill you makes you stronger. And I do believe in that, and I am definitely getting stronger. Saying that about birdsong, can you hear that? I think it's a skylark. Well, I wasn't expecting that. I don't know whether you're picking it up. So you did. I've got me little bit of I've got me little bit of bird song that I wanted. Yes. If you've enjoyed it, please give us a thumbs up. If you've really enjoyed it, give us a thumbs up. Share amongst your mates, and a comment would be great. And if you've not subscribed, press that subscribe button, and come along with all the future ones. So yes, now I've got to get down this hill, which isn't going to be too big, not too much of a problem, I don't think. So without further ado, until the next time, I'll see thee.